Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rest Round Bets. This week, we are breaking down UFC Fight Night, Alexander Volkov versus Cyril Gane, in another what appears to be pretty lackluster card. So we don't.
Bears.
It is a
This
lackluster.
card is horseshit.
It is horseshit, almost as horseshit as the weekend we are about to have. I won't disclose too many details, but
It's going to be shit too.
we have a shit to the sequel. It's not going to be great,
I'm just
but
consuming shit this weekend.
all weekend, hopefully not our bets. Last weekend, Nick, you went 2-0. I think I went
2-0.
I went 2-0 as well with my lock. Too easy sometimes. This week I'm keeping it. God damn it! I got the.
You're allergic to how bad this
I'm
fucking card is.
Exactly. I'm pre-sick for how sick I'm going to be from disappointment this weekend. But I'm keeping it pretty low with my bets. I have 3 bets. Nick, you have 2. So again, another conservative week. Once we start getting some good fights, we'll be ramping it back up. But slow and steady.
As long as, hey, also, people don't fucking complain because, I mean, these are shit cards, but we have been giving out winners.
Yeah, no, we've been very, very, very positive.
Even though they're light unit plays too, just because I am, a little tepid to be betting on some of these fights because they're just so bad. The odds are bad. Everything about them is bad. They're not interesting fights. The odds are shit. The props are shit. It's just literally everything is shit. Like we've been saying, the theme of the week is shit. But that said, and a W is a W, and we've been putting dubs on the board.
Yeah, so you can't complain about that. They don't have to be small plays for you, so I would definitely tune in and start tailing. So I'll get started off. This fight I'm gonna bet in is the Andre Fili versus Daniel Pineda. I forgot where I've left off with my fanship of Andre Fili, but I was trying to think. I think I've been on board, off board, on board.
I think you're most recently off.
All right, well, I'm back on board. I'm going with Andre Fili. I don't think the
Figured as
Daniel
much.
Pineda guy is that great. I know he's one of these like late bloomers, I guess. Like he has a pretty salty record. He's got like 14 losses, some shit. But has put together a pretty good streak until he went against Cub Swanson.
Yeah.
And he got KO'd by Cub Swanson in the second round. Cub Swanson is too old to be TKOing you in the second round. So if that's happening, you got to go with the guy Andre Fili. Doesn't have the knockout power, but has proven to be pretty consistent as like he's just been a consistent competitor, and you kind of know what you're going to get with him. And I don't think Daniel Pineda has enough to get over that. So a little steep at minus 225, but and it's a little bit scary betting on Alpha Male, seeing how their talent has been working out as of late. But I'm gonna go with it. Lock it in, Andre Fili.
I'm going to follow you up right there. 1 unit play on the Fili decision, though. Plus
Oh.
175, you get that at. So I like that.
Damn, that's
make
good.
the odds a little nice. Like you said, no knockout power. I'm not really, although, again, getting KO'd by Cub Swanson's a little concerning. A little bit more on Daniel Pineda. He's had 2 fights since 2014. This guy, he took a huge break. He's 35 years old. Yeah. It just... too old, too slow, not enough scrambly, too short. A lot of things add up to Fili landing enough jabs, enough kicks, probably a takedown or 2. I really like the decision line here, plus 175. What do you want from me? This card sucks.
I think there's my analysis. Yeah, obviously love the pick. Moving on to mine. This is the main event. Alexander Volkov over Cyril Gane. For those of you that don't know, Cyril Gane is the up-and-coming heavyweight. He kind of seems like he's came out of nowhere as of late. He's put together a nice little streak there. This is exactly what the heavyweight division needs, because he actually seems like he has some skill on the feet, not just a brawler that's going to go out there and try to overpower you. And yeah, for all those reasons is exactly why Alexander Volkov's going to win. Because it would be so exciting and be like, oh, like we don't want Alexander Volkov. Like UFC's been trying to shove him down our throats by giving him matchups where he wins. And unfortunately, he has been winning all those matchups outside of like the Derek Lewis slip up, and I think he's got one other like noticeable loss, but he's been
doing a wonky decision in there at one point.
And quite frankly, he just seems like one of these guys that is so like if you can't figure out his
Curtis Blades.
yes, which he actually did pretty good in that fight too.
He did.
Like he stays in the fight. But like if you can't fit like I feel like that hit the way either the way he fights or the way he fights with his height, it's very hard for people to figure out. And
Yeah.
I think he's gotten a lot better at being able to use that, and he mostly just works off of his athletic gifts. I mean, he has technique in there, but there's nothing that he does that great. It's just that he does it pretty good while also being super fucking tall.
He's also very consistent. Like he
Yes.
knows how to be tall, and a lot of times you see the tall guy wait in, wait for the like wait on the jab as they come in. Volkov does a really good job of, at least in my estimation, of keeping the pressure on
Yeah.
these heavyweights and walking them down with jabs and long punches until they just kind of are like, yeah, fuck this, I can't do this anymore.
Like consistent pressure too. You know,
Yeah,
it's like he's just
very
throwing
steady
jabs.
diet.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the same amount of force coming off each one, but it adds up, especially over a 5-round fight. I think he probably does better in 5-round fights. And at plus 130, like I think you just got to go with the guy. Like, yes, Gane is the shiny new car you're seeing around the block, but I think there's some value there at plus 130. So taking him there.
Don't disagree with you. I got no lock of the week. I look, play of the weeks are like my stamp and word of approval. So I have nothing that I feel super strongly about. That said, last bet of the week is a 1-uniter. I'm gonna go the other way. Oh fucking Christ! I'm gonna go the other way. I'm taking the shiny new toy. I'm just gonna buy the hype now. Try to get in while Bitcoin's still under 10K.
Yeah, right.
Look, all the things that we just said about Volkov, we are really going to see, because for the most part, Gane seems like a great athlete, right? Like, he seems like he's got good, at least when he controls the pace of the fight, because you see plenty of heavyweights where they control the pace of the fight and they just outpace themselves
Yep.
and gas themselves out. Gane doesn't do that when he's controlling the pace of the fight. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens if Volkov can keep that consistent pressure on him and he can't circle out, draw out counters, things like that. It's going to be really interesting to see if Gane's cardio still holds up. If it doesn't, he's fucked. But I'm gonna go. I'm taking him because I like that he's definitely quicker on the trigger than Volkov. He is faster. I like that he's a heavyweight that also throws leg kicks. I mean, I know Volkov does too, but it's like I feel like Volkov takes advantage of these guys like Derek Lewis because they don't throw leg kicks.
True.
So Gane, I like that he throws kicks, very patient, which is again useful at heavyweight. And he is just such a goddamn fucking freak that I don't see in these clinch situations where sometimes Volkov like trips people down. I don't see him just like tossing Gane on the ground and gassing him out on the floor. I feel like that's very unlikely. So it's going to be a lot of striking, and I'm just going to opt to go with the guy that, you know, he's faster, explosive, stronger, younger. I think he's younger. And I'm just going to take that guy. I'm buying in the hype, minus 155, just a one unit play. Nothing
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, it makes a lot of sense. Like I said, all those reasons to start are all the reasons why I'm just betting against it because on paper it looks like, yeah, that probably should be the guy that wins. But a lot of times UFC just fucks you that way.
Yep.
And so my lock of the week, God damn it, this was just one of the ones. Like I was scanning over it at the end because I knew Volkov and Feely I didn't love that much. Definitely like him. Then I saw Hinata Moicano, and I'm like, oh, that guy's good. I remember I really like him. And then I looked up Jay Herbert, the guy he's going against. Some nobody. 10-2, 33 years old, whatever. And I'm like, Moicano, I remember him just having a good win. I think he went up to 155. Just looked up his record. He has lost 3 of his last 4. So him being a minus 225.
He's trash.
Yeah, his minus 225 favorite as my lock of the week. Don't love it. Gonna keep it.
Why is it your lock of the week?
Because I saw it. It caught my eye. I was glancing over. I was trying to look for one more bet, and I remember I'm like, oh, this is at 155. I remember Moicano looked good when he went up to 155, and he did look good for a fight. And then I forgot about the Fizia fight and how he got his ass absolutely handed to him. That combined with the Jose Aldo and the zombie loss, probably not so great. But I didn't make the decision based on looking up his record. I looked at this Jay Herbert guy, 10-2. I'm not impressed. 33 years old, past his prime. This is a fight uh that they are setting up Moicano to get some of his hype back. Like Jay the Black Country Banger Herbert. No, that's a
Did you just make
lose.
that up?
No, that's his name. He's had one fight in the UFC and he got knocked out by Francisco Trinaldo, who's old as fuck. So yeah,
That's a wild lock of the week.
yeah, trust me,
I have
it
no
came in late,
comments.
and I wrote it in last minute, and then I did my research, and I'm like, fuck, that sucks, but it's too late to back out now. So sticking with Moicano minus 225. Hate that.
Godspeed,
Woof.
sir.
Tough lock of the week to start a tough weekend. So
Weekend.
that is my pick.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna need it. I think we're gonna need some help on this weekend too. But those are our bets for the weekend. You can find us at the rest round on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can find me at Broliva MMA on Twitter, and you can find Nick at _ a guy and a gi. And until next weekend, peace out, y'all. Peace.
Later, later.